you said that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you.
Based on the reports, and I can speak about ESPN and Disney. So I sit here before you today letting you know that they are aware.
When ESPN made a big splash and brought Shannon Sharpe over to First Take and onto ESPN, these were not the headlines that they were hoping to see.
You know, Disney, ESPN is taking this very serious, where we don't know if Shannon will be employed with ESPN after this.
And rumors are now swirling that he's going to be fired from his job at ESPN, not because of this incident, but because of multiple incidents over the last year. It says Shannon Sharpe may have a beefy media deal on his hands, but he has much more pressing matters to attend to now. An anonymous woman accused him of and a $50 million lawsuit. It says the Jane Doe alleged various instances of toward the end of 2024 and beginning of 2025. In addition, she claimed that she had a long-lasting and abusive relationship with the former athlete.
Can a sports legend's empire crumble overnight? Shannon Sharpe, NFL Hall of Famer turned ESPN star, is fighting for his career in a $50 million lawsuit that's got everyone talking. From leaked audio to corporate chaos, this story is packed with twists you won't believe. Let's dive into the drama that's shaking up sports media.
My lawyers are telling, the legal team is telling me that we can't authenticate it if he said that, and he's not denying it. This is his statement that he did not mean it. It was in the heat of the moment, in the middle of an argument.
The trouble started in April 2025 when a woman known only as Jane Doe slapped Sharpe with a massive lawsuit in Nevada. She claims their 2-year relationship, which kicked off in a Los Angeles gym back in 2023, turned dark. According to her, Sharpe was controlling, verbally abusive, and crossed lines she never agreed to. The allegations are heavy, painting a picture of a man far from the charismatic analyst fans know on First Take. She's asking for $50 million, saying the emotional toll left her shattered. But that's just one side of the story, and what Sharpe says next flips the script.
Shannon Sharpe's willingness to pay is not an admission of anything that he did wrong. It was a willingness to pay for the protection of his family and himself.
Sharpe didn't stay quiet. He hit back hard, calling the lawsuit a straight-up shakedown. In a video on X, he insisted every moment of their relationship was 100% consensual, even describing it as a BDSM dynamic where boundaries were clear. His lawyer, Lanny Davis, dropped a bombshell. Sharpe offered Jane Doe $10 million to settle before she filed the suit, but she turned it down. Why would someone walk away from that kind of money? Sharpe's team says it's proof she's after more than justice. She wants to ruin him. But then a piece of evidence surfaced that made jaws drop.
That's right, Ellison. Sharpe's attorney says his client's accuser is making, quote, a maliciously false claim, and Sharpe's attorney is promising a lawsuit to, quote, hold her accountable.
Enter the audio clip that set the internet on fire. Leaked to TMZ, it allegedly catches Sharpe threatening to choke Jane Doe if she accuses him of manipulation. The words are chilling, and for many it was a gut punch hearing the voice of a beloved commentator sound so menacing. Sharpe's camp didn't deny it was him, but claimed the clip was heavily edited and taken out of context. His attorney called it a heated argument, not a real threat, and promised to fight every claim with hard proof like texts and timestamps. Suddenly, the case wasn't just about he said, she said, it was a battle over digital evidence, and ESPN was caught in the crossfire.
If the former football star would proceed with legal action if the accuser were to drop her lawsuit, and Sharpe's attorney says he does not know what Sharpe would do in that scenario, but says his recommendation would be to move forward with legal action.
When the lawsuit broke, ESPN didn't bench Sharpe. He was right there on First Take, cracking jokes about NBA playoffs like nothing happened. Fans were stunned. How could Disney, ESPN's parent company, let him stay on air with allegations this serious? Social media erupted, with some calling it a double standard for star talent. Stephen A. Smith, Sharpe's co-host, revealed he'd spoken to ESPN boss Jimmy Pitaro, who said they were looking into it closely, but the pressure kept building, and by April 24th, Sharpe announced he'd step away temporarily to focus on his family and fight the claims. ESPN quickly backed his decision, saying it was a serious situation. The question is, was it Sharpe's choice or did Disney pull the plug?
And Shannon himself is dropping receipts. And I gotta say, This doesn't look good for his accuser at all. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I do see some similarities here to the Justin case. Look, Justin has now, and Johnny Depp to his credit as well.
Disney's no stranger to big bets, but they expect their stars to shine, not spark scandals. Owning ESPN, they're under a microscope, and this lawsuit's a headache they didn't sign up for. Reports suggest Disney's digging deep, investigating not just this case, but Sharpe's track record. Remember that Instagram Live incident in 2024 where Sharpe accidentally streamed a private moment? It didn't cost him his job then, but sources say ESPN's patience might be wearing thin. Whispers are circulating that Sharpe's days at the network could be numbered, not just because of Jane Doe's claims, but because of a pattern of distractions. If Disney cuts ties, it's a massive blow to Sharpe's brand.
And she says that she alleges that was brutal, like it was very it was aggressive. Now this woman is alleging that Shannon Sharpe raped her multiple times over the course of a 2-year relationship. The relationship that they had was...
The story didn't stay in the courtroom. It exploded across media, with Joe Rogan's podcast fanning the flames. Rogan dove into the saga, breaking down the lawsuit, the audio, and ESPN's response with his signature mix of skepticism and curiosity. He warned fans not to rush to judgment, pointing out that civil cases hinge on evidence like phone logs and metadata, not just headlines. His 3-hour live stream became a cultural moment, clipped and shared everywhere from X to TikTok. Rogan's take? Fame amplifies scrutiny, and Sharpe's caught in a digital coliseum where everyone's a judge. But what's at stake for Sharpe isn't just his reputation, it's his entire empire.
At that point, she said that they were in a they were in an actual relationship. They were in Vegas together. So when that happened, she had already kind of been, in this thing where he's verbally abusive, allegedly, but she thought that they were together.
Sharpe's built a media juggernaut. Between his ESPN gig, Club Shay Shay podcast, and endorsement deals, he's pulling in 8 figures a year. But this lawsuit threatens to torch it all. Sponsors have morality clauses, and even unproven allegations can make them bolt. If depositions leak or a verdict goes against him, brands could pause campaigns or ditch him for good. Rogan estimated a single bad headline could slash Sharpe's income overnight, and with Disney's stock already twitching, the financial ripples are real. Sharpe's fighting for more than his name, he's fighting for his legacy.
He tells her and threatens her allegedly to say that he will, she ever does that again. But the part of it, she says that she was allegedly anally twice, and that it was very, very brutal.
Now let's talk about the legal chess game. Nevada was a strategic choice for Jane Doe's team, led by Tony Buzbee, a lawyer known for high-profile cases against stars like Deshaun Watson. Nevada's courts move fast and lean survivor-friendly, giving plaintiffs an edge. Busbee's already teasing more evidence, hinting at bombshells that could sway a jury. On Sharpe's side, Lanny Davis is prepping for war, filing motions to dismiss and promising a defamation countersuit. They're digging for digital proof, GPS pings, cloud-stored photos, anything to back Sharpe's story. Rogan called it trench warfare. And with discovery deadlines looming, every leak will fuel fresh drama. Public opinion's a roller coaster. Early polls showed fans split, with some fiercely loyal to Sharpe, citing his charity work and locker room leadership. Others can't shake the audio, saying it's a red flag no matter the context. A real-time survey from Poll Pulse caught a 6-point swing toward Sharpe after his team released text suggesting a consensual dynamic. But when Buzbee dropped the audio, sentiment flipped back. Social media is a battlefield, with hashtags like #StandWithSharpe clashing against #JusticeForJaneDoe. The internet court, as Rogan put it, doesn't wait for facts, it picks sides at dawn. So, where does this leave Shannon Sharpe? He's vowed to return to ESPN by the NFL preseason, but that's no guarantee. Disney's watching, sponsors are nervous, and the legal fight could drag on for months. Can a man who's weathered storms, like that 2024 Instagram slip-up, rebuild his brand? Rogan says it's possible, but costly, requiring transparency and time. Or is this the scandal that finally benches a legend? One thing's clear: the truth's buried under layers of texts, audio clips, and courtroom strategies. Don't pick a side just yet. Wait for the evidence, because this story's far from over. What do you think Sharpe's next move should be? Drop your thoughts below and stay tuned for the next twist.